that also translates into the professional Dota games, especially in Southeast Asia. That's one thing I've noticed.
Okay, interesting. Well, out of the bans we've got, just to run through them again quickly, the Queen of Pain, the Nyx Assassin, and the Magnus banned out by 496. Meanwhile, Execration, they get rid of the Nature's Prophet, the Doom, and the Tembasaur, and they pick themselves up a Spectre. Spectre, she's been floating around the place right now, getting more and less popular over time, but I think, you know, she is still one of those S tier carry picks, I would say, like Spec. Sven, I don't think I'd put AM in there, but Spec, Sven, what are the others we're looking for here?
Well, have we been seeing Sven though? I think that's just a North American thing. I don't think we've seen Sven in any other region as of right now. So maybe that's just an NA thing. And I think Sven is a little bit greedier as a carry than, like, for example, Spectres, because Spectre can provide team fight for you as early as when she gets level 6, right? She can also give vision in the clashes for your teammates. She can join in. Sven is like, he needs to farm a lot before he has any impact. So in that sense, Spectre is just a much more active and better hero. The thing about Spectre is, though, is as time progresses, people will realize what they need to do and how they can punish a Spectre more and more. And their minds start to get more used to the fact that there's a Spectre that they have to play against. So they're not going to take these fights and like be like, oh no, guys, all of a sudden there's a Haunt here. And then we're like 5 versus 5, although we saw Spectre somewhere else on the map. Like, that's what normally happens when Spectre starts to pick up some steam. It's because people forgot how to play against it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those heroes where you can kind of change around. And I think there's a lot of ways to kind of trick a Spectre as well. Like, one of the things Respect loves to do is be alone, because obviously you want to use that Haunt to get into the fights, and you want to be able to, you know, be doing stuff by yourself, because you're essentially able to teleport to the team fight at any given time. And if the other team try to capitalize upon that, it can put you in a really bad position, because if they just try and hunt the Spectre rather than trying to look for the 4-man team, then usually the team is pretty far away. I think that's one of the ways you can play around Spectre. And obviously the other ones, you know, building against her. And I think, to be honest, you can get sucked into the trap of trying to build like Silver Edges and such, because it doesn't actually matter that much. Because if the Spectre plays the game which she wants to play, then it doesn't really matter if you've got Silver Edges. It doesn't matter if you've got Break or anything like that. You're still gonna really struggle to deal with a hero in the super late game, in the well, not even the super late game, but when she comes online and when she's bullying her supports. You know, she doesn't care about Silver Edge that much, to be honest. She's got Dagger, she's good with it. I think yeah, I mean, you just need to adjust your playstyle into her, which teams are now starting to do, obviously, because it's been around for quite a long time.
Yeah, I like one thing you said, how you can bait her to TP somewhere, go there, hunt her down. You know, you got that creative mind, Nomad. That's what you need.
Maybe I should start coaching teams. No? Okay.
We got a Necrophos here to counter the Spectre. You know, it's a very good kind. I'm just playing with you, Nomad. Listen, if you put your mind to it, there's nothing you can't do. All right?
Really, Mr. Feeman?
There's nothing. I'm telling you, if you put your mind to it, you said it. But I'm not saying that you will be successful. But I'll say that, you know, you can still do it. Right?
Yeah, you could do it. You'd probably be bad at it, but you could do it if you want. No, but I mean, I'm good with casting. This is my my dream
for
job.
sure, man.
I'm happy here.
That's where your talent's at, bro. Like, come on. I want to see you on the big stage, buddy. Like, exactly. You got it. Like,
I want you there right beside me, bro. Let's go. All right, we got some bans coming out. We got a Morphling and a PL thrown into the bin by Execration, and we got the 496 there going to ban out a Snapfire and a Darkseer. Alrighty, final two picks coming out, but let's chat about the Shadow Demon a little bit, because I actually think this is a great pick into the Spectre, because one thing Spectre loves doing is bullying them support players. And a Shadow Demon, you can't bully a Shadow Demon. He's just going to put you to sleep. He can either disrupt you or drop his ulti on you, and then he's just going to run away. And what are you
so
going to do?
let me break it down a little bit, right? So they picked the Spectre because they have the Oracle, so that he doesn't have to worry about the Bat Rider. He gets free farm in the lane. Then they picked the Necrophos. Now they're going to put the Necro in the off lane against the Spectre and the Oracle. Then they're going to put the Bat Rider middle. And the Necro is a really good matchup against the Spectre. Then they picked the Earth Spirit to have this kill potential with the Oracle. And then this Earth Spirit can also be played middle against the Bat Rider if need be. or offlane tiny, so it's like a lot of flexibility there. And the Shadow Demon pick came out because it's, like you said, it's pretty decent against Spectre. You can put them under, you get these illusions, but it's also really good against Oracle because when you drop the ultimate, it removes all of the heals that the Oracle throws on because it's constantly purging all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to ulti the guy who gets Oracle ulted, or if Oracle ult goes on the person who's purged by the Shadow Demon, you're actually not healing anymore from the Oracle spell. It's the third skill. Of
have to rely on
so,
like Mech or Holy Locket or something like that.
Right. So 496 and XA, they have a lot of like mind games going in the sense of like how they were trying to draft and stuff. I do think 496 came out a little bit ahead in terms of laning because they have this Bat Rider middle against like an Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit can technically roll out, but it's not like the easiest lane for him because he can't roll into the Bat Rider. And then now you got the Necro versus the Spectre. This whole game is going to come down to this Tiny and like the rotations that he can make in this game and how many kills that he can make.
All right, a lot of pressure being put onto BDZ on this game, and we'll see if he's able to respond to it. I mean, is this guy a pretty big Tiny player, or do we not really know?
Oh yeah, dude, every C player is a big Tiny player.
Okay.
This hero is like the epitome of C, dude. Like you just go in, you avalanche toss combo someone, you know, they take like 1,000 damage. Sign me up, baby. This is what every C player wants to play or do in the game, is just run at people, throw their spells, and hopefully they die. Or like the opponent dies or you die. It doesn't matter who dies. Someone needs to die.
Someone needs to die. Well, one thing I would say about if we're looking into the team fights, though, is that 496 really don't have much team fight to speak of. You know, they're AoE, they're locked down, and it's very lacking on that front. They seem to be an extremely pick-off orientated team, and they're going to be able to want to take these fights where they split up the enemy quite a lot, and they kind of try to mess with them as much as possible, and not have these big kind of 5-on-5 engagements all happening very quickly. So I think they're looking for the slower, but they can do that with the Clockwork, with the Shadow Demon, and with Bat Rider as well. You know, these are 3 heroes which can enable that to happen. But I think if we do turn it up into just like 5-man brawling, then I'm definitely feeling that 496. I mean, overall, I think. Sorry, I favor Execration a little bit. And yeah, I think I would say I favor Execration's draft a little bit, personally speaking.
So I want to mention that the Pugna last pick actually was super clutch for Execration for multiple reasons, right? It's really good against Necrophos. You know, he Ghost Shrouds if he's getting life drained, and you stack the Decrepify on top of that, you're going to die as a Necro. So you got to rush that Hood first item. Secondly, Tiny Pugna is an insane combo. You just Decrepify, stun, exactly. You just stun, toss combo someone, you get that Nether Blast.
496 want to fight this. The Avalanche is going to come through. Raging Potato coming in from behind as well. Yassi's going to be the target. BDZ, though, losing a lot of health here as the slap. Oh, the rock just about misses Yassi. The brawl taking place, and it does look like RR is going to be a first blood. And the Slark, he's got 30 stolen Magi right now, by the way. But unfortunately, he's still in trouble here. Raging Potato. Sorry, if Ken can stay on top of him, South comes out, but will get cancelled. The right click's coming through. Nice jumping into the trees here. Pugna, though, he knows. He tries to go for the cheeky one, but Tiny is ready and waiting, and the stone will pick him off. Beautifully placed by Ken in order to ensure that kill. So the Slark dies, but still first blood drawn by 496, and it looks like they're going to be able to grab themselves a couple of runes in the Potato. Yeah, Potato coming forwards, but Bombi's going to chase him away with that battery assault, and Yazzie able to grab himself 2 runes, leaving only 1 for Execration.
Yeah, I don't know if XA didn't do their homework. I feel like they could have brought like 5 heroes there, even the Spectre if they wanted to, and take that fight. Because 496 have been doing this every single game, where they just like run into your high ground with like 4 heroes, try to get some first blood there.
The brawling starts from minute 0 here. We do not chill, honestly. These SEA games have been a treat to watch. Like, yeah, it's kind of funny because a lot of people were trying to avoid, well, not avoid the SEA games, but you know, people didn't want to take the SEA game. Everyone wanted to be on Europe, basically. And you know, so we were just like, hey, we'll do SEA, no worries. And it's better. The SEA games have been fantastic. I'm not saying the European games are bad, but I've loved casting the SEA games, and plenty more of it. Don't love the 7 AM starts, but that's just because I'm lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I love SEA games because these guys, it's like close to home. You know what I mean? I've been playing in this region for a while now, so I really understand their mindset and how they like to play. So makes a whole lot of sense. So what are we looking at in terms of lanes here? The Slark did get first blood, but he had to use his healing salve to like try to get away, and then he failed. So they didn't get a whole lot out of that first blood. Yeah, exactly. And now he's got an Orb of Venom. He's playing against a Pugna tiny lane, and the Shadow Demon also went for Disruption level 1. So he actually doesn't have any lane presence whatsoever. The Shadow Demon, because you gotta go for the Shadow Poison if you want to have any ability to be able to help your carry in the lane.
Oh, BDZ just coming in for the range creep and deny it as well. And they're actually going to go for the toss back here onto the Slark. Avalanche to follow up as well with the Decrepify. A lot of damage coming through onto Mr. 458, but he does have a salve. Yeah. But still a miserable lane so far up top.
They're going to be okay for now because they have another healing salve on the Shadow Demon as well. So, but you can see the potential there, right? When the Pugna gets like level 5 and the Tiny's like level 5 or level 7 on both heroes, that's when it gets
nice
real
block
scary.
in from the Tiny there, just making sure that that Slark was not closing the gap onto the Pugna. Really nice positioning there from BDZ. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we got Palos and RR laning up into Deathbee and Bombi. As these guys have a bit of a rough and tumble down here. So far, so good, really, as they're just trading equally. But that's nice cogs coming down. That's going to allow Deathbee to get himself off the nice cogs. They will kill off the Oracle. Palos now very alone.
Big place. That was perfect timing from Bombi there. He saw that there was one more XP he needed before he can get his level 2, so he committed to the Oracle. The Oracle's like, oh, this guy doesn't have level 2. He can't do anything. He stood there, and then boom, here comes the creep kill. Level 2, double cogs, chased him down. You don't want to give any kills into the Necro lane. This hero is the last hero you want snowballing. Because if he gets to that Guardian Greaves pipe in this game, oh man, you're not dealing damage on the side of X.
Just getting dived here, bouncing off the cogs. She's still alive for the time being. Bombi's going to get a courier at the very least, though, and still looking onto RR here. And I mean, this is just fantastic. Oh, they get him. They get the kill as well onto the Spectre. Oh no, courier dead.
Oh, dude.
Hero
RR
dead.
can't die here.
RR, he's in a bit of bother. He's trying to get himself around the trees. Oh, the creeps. They save him. They body block Bombi and force him back. And he's actually taking a lot of damage, but not quite enough to bring him down. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, they get the kill onto the Slark. And actually, Shadow Demon, he's getting dropped as well. Popping that salve inside the Crowline, turns around, kills Raging Potato. And BDZ is not that healthy either. He's taken about 20 shots from the tower here. Does dodge out one shot and poison 10 HP. He's gonna be okay, but his salve gets cancelled. He's still looking for the kill. He's gonna die for it, but he gets the avatars off before he goes down. Slark, he wants the kill, but BDZ is... He's dead, right?
Die from this?
Oh,
10 HP.
Easy.
Damn. Mid lane. Action on mid too.
It's not stopping. Hung is getting on top of Ken, but he's still going to die to the fire regardless. Roll away was attempted, but not succeeded. Jesus.
Oh, that's so bad for Ken, because look at the creep wave middle too. There's a double wave going to mid.
Top.
BDC also died top again. Or he didn't die top, he just died at the tower to refill everything.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, Ken dying and double wave going into the bat means he's going to be able to deny an entire creep wave as well. There's going to be a huge difference in experience from the Earthspear and the bat now. Ken actually smoked up. He wants to get a kill on this bat. If he can, like, roll on in or something, but it's not going to happen. He already popped the illusions, healed up.
Yeah, looking a little bit awkward here. Meanwhile, Palos actually gets the deny down in the bottom lane as Bombi and Deathbee try to get that kill. So much action going on right now. Jesus Christ. You know, this is the bottom lane is the one I'm an expert on. The Spectre Oracle. I've played this lane about 20 times in the past 3 months. Yeah, I can. Unfortunately, there's not much light to be spreading at this game. I mean, it's a weak lane until level 3, but once you hit that level 3, it's not bad, and once you hit level 5, it's actually pretty broken. But they're not going to let them get to those levels easily. Meanwhile, top
0-2 on Spectre.
Just looking for the Slark here. And do not find him. The Bombi coming in here. They need to find something. I'm not sure they will, as BDZ leads them on a merry chase. Are going to be tempted by this courier? No, he just wants to get himself away from this clockwork. He can't TP though. Mainly because he's on a cooldown, but also because there's a clock chasing him with battery assault, and he's going to get inside the range. But a nice toss back onto the creep wave. Bombi will be wasting that battery assault today. BDC actually trying to bait him in a little bit here, but Bombi is wise. He backs himself away, realizing that, hey, hold on a minute, why would the Tiny do this? Only one reason. Meanwhile, The Pugna's being jumped up to the top lane here. He's going to survive this one. Jumps around with the Decrepit Fire and the blast onto the Slark here. Raging Potato sticking around a really long time on this one. He's going to get poisoned up a bit by Yazzie here, but with some nice dodges. I mean, that's the great thing about the Pugna with the high movement speed, is he can dodge these Shadow Poisons, but a beautiful kickback onto Bombi here. BDZ going to toss over as well. Decrepit Fire a little late here. Now the blast will come through. Need a little bit more to bring down Bombi. Can they find the damage? They need to dig deep as the roll actually gets cancelled, I think, by the battery assault, but the right click will come in from Ken eventually to land them that kill.
Wow. That was a lot of stuff happening, but only a Clockwork position 5 dying.
Yeah.
In the very end. Oh, Raging Potato's dead. He's
he
so dead.
himself.
Oh, dude.
He just explodes himself.
Dude, this Shadow Demon, I'm telling you, the Shadow Demon is actually going to do mad work in this game. He's already level 5, 7 minutes in, right? The Stark is not having a good time, but the Shadow Demon is, and the Shadow Demon is going to make a lot of space. Yeah, this is one of those heroes that you don't want snowballing, right? He's one of the what I call the carry support, right? If you let him stay alive and he gets to cast the spells in the fight, he's going to do insane amount of damage, and you will lose because of him.
Hung with a rotation down to the bottom lane, trying to look for something here. Dappy and I mean, all 3 cores are currently in this tiny area for 496. That alone isn't great, and they're actually going to try and make a play here, but the toss is a little bit weird as the Magnetizer comes through. BDZ getting run down by these 4 heroes. Ken just refreshing these Magnetizers coming out right now. Palos doesn't actually have an ultimate, so no chance of doing anything fancy as Ken jumps himself through, just constantly refreshing this Magnetizer again and again and again as a Bat Rider just starting to get run down here. Everyone getting really low on HP. I mean, they can't keep themselves alive forever. 4-5-8 trying to get himself away here. Ken still chasing, looking for the Slark. Roll will be off the mark though. Meanwhile, Ara gets trapped on the backlines and killed off by Bombi. But Ken, he's not done. He's just going to run straight back into this clock. That has to kick him away as he realizes there's actually a decent amount of damage and sustain coming out from these 2. And now Yazzie comes through, cuts him off. Reaper's side finishes the job, and Ken gets killed.
Oh my god, he's level 6 with the arcane boots already. This Shadow Demon is going to be God mode this game. And this Spectre is the one who's going to suffer the most, because every time you see the Spectre, you're just going to go there. Disrupt him and Demonic Purge, and the Spectre won't be able to do anything. Actually, any lane he goes to, he's going to fight against someone he doesn't want to fight. Yeah. Bat Rider, Necro, or a Shadow Demon. Even a Slark too.
BDZ in around the back, finds a cheeky kill onto the Slark here. Not bad. I mean, probably dies for his efforts, but actually, the Spectre's going to horn back into this one. There's TP coming through as well as they're going to look for their target. Who did this have to go on? It looks like Necrophos was the one they're trying to focus down right now, but they don't seem to have the damage to get through his defenses. And the blast does a decent amount. Paolo's just chopping away at the dude. They're also dropping these Purifying Flames to try and bring him down, and they will be able to do so eventually. And now they look towards the Clockwork. Clockwork though, Life Drain comes out, Stun comes in, Root from the Oracle, and the Dagger will finish the job. Palos gets 2 kills with his team in the bottom lane. That is a good fight for Execration, buying themselves up a lot of space down here in this bottom lane.
Oh, that's very, very good. The Slark dying, the Necro dying, and also kicking them out of bottom without being able to take that tower. That was the first haunt usage, and it was very, very effective. So they get a little bit of breathing room. I still think 496 are very far ahead in this game, even after those kills, because Execration couldn't lead those kills into any objectives. They just got a few kills, you know, took them off the map for like 20, 30 seconds, but now 496 is just going to go back, do the exact same thing once again. Oh, I want to mention one thing. If you're a Shadow Demon and let's say a Tiny tosses you, okay, Sark is going to die again. Alright, well, power of the Tiny, boys. Here you go. I was going to say, if Tiny tosses you, you can always click your ally on the top with your Shadow Demon Disruption and save them.
Yeah, so you don't have to find the target. Raging Potato actually tries to heal BDZ here, but actually ends up putting himself in a bit of an awkward position. The Spirit comes rolling on through here, but does miss with that roll. And Hung's just able to back himself away. And even have the regen rune to boot as well, so won't even be losing any mana for it.
Okay. I mean, it's still space, right, by the bat. Forcing people there, the Earth Spirit and the Pugna. I see a lot of lines being drawn on the map right here. It looks like,
Casto.
Yeah, 458 is like, let's go middle, and then Execation is like, let's go top. Bat Rider jumping on the Spectre mid, no haunt available.
Luckily, he's got his Oracle here. Purge off those sticky napalms. All's good. Actually rolling onto the slug here. They're looking for a kill on this guy. Can they bring him down? He's going to pop the Shadow Dance and try to find the angle to leap himself away, and does get up that high ground and will be safe. And now, uh-oh. This is a Tiny in a hell of a bad situation. Yeah, they've got the Reapers. They're not going to use it, though. They've got the kill regardless. They'll kill off BDZ and punish that aggression. Meanwhile, on the back lines, Paolos. Oh, no, and this is going to be a Reaper scythe coming down onto the Spectre's head. 45 seconds the Spectre is dead for. That's just not cricket.
Damn, this Spectre has no room in this game.
Nope.
It doesn't matter where he goes, there's too many threats. Necro, Slark, Batrider, Shadow Demon, all 4 of these heroes, you cannot man up against them as a Spectre in this game.
Not yet, at least. The Spectre's still very, very far behind. And look at these 2 cores, Hung Hung and Datby. These guys are absolutely killing it. And, you know, Batrider Necrophos having a lot of farm 11 minutes into the game is a horrifying concept. 496, they're not going to rest on this. They know how strong they are, and in we go with the lasso in the middle lane, and this Oracle, he's just being fed to the wolves right now. He pops the Ultimate on himself just for good measure. What's you going to do with this, my friend?
See you later, nerds.
Boom.
Some real good pressure coming out from 496 here, and ignoring the ones top. Like, the Pugna is going to naturally take that tower at some point anyway. So you might as well just play around the mid area. And this is actually making the Spectre so scared where he can farm. Look how he's farming, dude. Against the wall. He has a haunt though, he can join this fight.
They can come stop if he wants to if they kill off Yassi. He's actually going to buy back into this one as they really want to make a fight out of this. Meanwhile, Hookshot comes into the backlines, connecting onto the Tiny. Roll away from Ken is safely done. Meanwhile, Raging Potato just going for the TP out here. Is there a leap? There is not. He gets himself to safety. VDZ, however, not going to be quite so lucky as he goes for the Avatos onto the Batrider, but will be losing his life here. It looks like that comes across. Didn't have a Reapers anyway, but just wanted to be there to watch him die.
To Yassi, I think you forgot his TP was still on cooldown.
Oh.
He just bought out like that. Yeah, that's kind of bad because, I mean, I get the point. Like, you wanted to try and get into the fight and maybe you can catch someone with your Purge. But now that you bought out, if you die again, you're gone for like 60 seconds, right? And that could be a weakness for your teammates.
Yeah.
But I don't think like he's going to die again in a position like that. That was just really awkward. Like, again, Shadow Demon, he's a carry support. So you gotta play real far back with this hero and just like try to do the best you can from there. You gotta let your teammates go in first. I hope he will change his mentality, because if he dies like that again, like I said, Execration, I think that's their way back into this game.
For sure, yeah, they can really start taking those fights once that happens. They do have damage, you know. I mean, both teams have damage, but Execration have that burst in the Pugna and the Tiny. So you should never feel safe if you're on the side of 496, because anyone can just get blown up, especially when the Tiny's got Blink. But unfortunately, he's a pretty long way off it. Very active game. Apparently we're having some Discord problems, not an issue though. So the Spectre is actually going for the drums and then looking for the Manta afterwards. I guess there's a decent amount to dispel this game. I think she just wants to kind of be a hero, doesn't want to be sitting around trying to farm up her Radiance and not contributing to the team fights, because they won't get away with that in this game.
If you buy Radiance against Necrophos, you're most likely losing the game, because he's just going to buy a pipe anyway. You're playing against Pugna and Tiny, right? And then that Radiance is also going to be mitigated quite a lot. And then you're also going into the fight, you're just going to die because you don't really have any survivability apart from the evasion, right? Necro doesn't care about that.
Yeah, and Necro's also going to be constantly pumping out these death pulses as well for the heals, which basically means that, like, you know, drawn out team fights aren't what you want either. Lark? He's just getting rather low up in that top lane, my friend, but they're popping the horn, dude. It's a little bit late for that. I don't think they're getting this kill anymore, but Slark, well, he's got the
pounce. 5 seconds, he's dead.
Oh,
nice
Bobby, get down, Mr. President. I'm coming. Oh, what a savior. And
oh, that was so good.
Oh, Raging Potato looking for the Kiki kill onto the clockwork here. Dagger being thrown, but Spectre's not all that healthy as she actually gets the demonic purge thrown onto her. Let's see if Bombi can make anything happen as the life drain comes out into the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon still surviving here. They can't find anything. Palos, he has to get this kill soon, otherwise he might find himself going down here, as he does actually go in. Finally gets to counter Yassi. Raging Potato brings down Bombi as well. The Slarks come back into this. Pops the pounce, misses. The dagger misses as well though, so this is going to be the Slark getting out of jail here. And unfortunately, Raging Potato cannot finish the job. So, what an absolute cacophony of spell usage. And Raging Potato is still sticking around, but now that Batrider coming over the heads, well, that's a little bit more scary.
A Necrophos. Wait, hold on. What are you doing here, sir? What?
Did you forget which team you were on? Oh dear. Well,
he's not dying yet, though.
Fourth star down to why does Necro have a fourth? Never mind, he's got a fourth. That's all we care about. He's backing himself away. Meanwhile, the Batrider just setting everyone on fire, but there's a magic burst coming in to finish the job, and they'll look over towards Hung Hung. I don't think this Batrider's going anywhere anytime soon. They have got the Avalanche out. They've got the toss as well. Sticker Straw on him. Life Drain comes through. Roshan tries to help out as well, and Hung Hung gets dropped.
Hey, remember when I said that Shadow Demon dies again? That's their way back into this game for XA?
Yeah.
Yep, look at that. They just start picking heroes off one by one. They know this hero is dead for 60 seconds. He doesn't have that map presence. Anyone on 496 shows up on the map, they won't be having that save behind them anymore. So they go out, find another Necro, find a Batrider trying to help the Necro, and then they're doing good. Like, the Slark living is kind of, kind of situation, but I think they got to set up for the Necro and the Batrider there.
Yeah, I think so as well. Meanwhile, Clockwork is going to go down in the bottom lane as they find yet another kill. Alright, Execration are back in it.
I mean, 496 got to regroup, man. You lose your heroes, you're outnumbered on the map. You got to wait till everybody's alive and try to play together once again. They're just playing a little too fast than what they should be doing. Ken might just end up being dead here, though. Yes, not a lot of stones left. Oh, here comes the save.
Oh, save comes in from the Oracle. Banishment is
not
out,
enough.
However, and with the Yassi with the demonic purge, yeah, there it is. There's no saving this poor old. Oh god.
See you later, nerd.
See you later, buddy.
There's a counter, right? You can't have Face Edict and Purifying Flames if the demonic purge is on, because it's constantly purging off all the buffs. Yep, even Spirit Vessel, exactly. Like that's why Shadow Demon is so good against Oracle. For that reason, people don't actually know that. Like, it's a hard counter because you don't really think about how Oracle's providing the heals, right?
Yeah, no one understands what Oracle does anyway. People just look at that hero and go, he saves me, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. Even Oracle players don't understand. I see Oracle players just toss out the Purifying Flames, not knowing that it does damage first before it heals the person.
Dear.
Right? Yeah, it happens all the time when I watch even pro players play, and it just baffles me because people, reading is hard. No, man, okay? You gotta understand that.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. So Slark actually finished the Yasha. He's running straight in towards the Sanjin Yasha build.
That's his first item. Oh,
Awkward,
I hate to look at his net worth right now. Ooh.
Yeah, this is a game of sad carries.
Yeah, I thought Spectre was having a bad game, and then look at Slark's net worth. Yikes. Okay, yeah. He's gotta do a lot of catching up, and hopefully the way he gets back in this game is actually from some fights where he gets some kills. But right now, if he joins a fight, he's getting bursted by that Tiny. That's all I know. He's gonna lose all his health. He's gonna have to use his ulti right away, and then the Haunt comes out, the Dagger comes out after the ulti of the Slark, and things are gonna get real messy for 496. The person who's actually carrying them is definitely this Necrophos. He's got a mech now. Dude, this man is so tanky. Oh, and he's got an Essence Ring.
See you later, nerds.
Oh, okay.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna help out a lot. Meanwhile, the smoke down to the bottom lane finds them nothing due to a clutch TP out from Mr. BDZ. They will refocus up on mid here. Raging Potato and Ken, both tempting targets. Yazzie force-stuffing in, using that purge out onto the Pugna. Pugna can no longer decrepify himself, but he can decrepify all this shot comes through, and they're going to drop down the Reapers. He will die. Ken jumping in deep, though. He's got the big magnetize up there, throwing in the Spectre as well. They're going for this team fight right now. Who can they find? Yes, he's a target on the backlines, and Paulos will bring him down. Now they get Dappy as well. 2 huge kills to start off this fight, and all 496 can do now is run away. Bombi running in the other direction to grab the attention of the team and try and shepherd them over away from his own team, but he has given his life for this play. It's going to be a triple kill for Paulos.
Wow.
The drums, Yasha, Spectre turning up in this fight.
That's incredible. The Spectre getting all the kills. That's the most incredible part, because he needed that badly, and all of a sudden he's the highest net worth hero in the game. Just like that.
Yo, he was just like down with the slot. We were saying how they're both having this game of sad carries, and Spectre's just like,
Exactly.
oh yeah, time to be happy.
I mean, you get what I mean, right? In this patch, the way your carry is gonna come back into the game is by getting kills in the fights.
Yep.
Right? Kills on people who are higher net worth than you is just way too valuable. And you can see here he's gonna have a Manta soon, and he's gonna be completely fine with it. Actually, everybody in this game is kind of poor. because they're just dying all the time. There's almost we're almost at what 2 kills a minute. This is insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ain't nobody
man.
hitting that 10k before 20-minute target.
It's not even close. They're still like
no.
1,500 off on the highest net worth hero right now.
We get a Dota here. We are fighting down in the dumps. Meanwhile, that B comes in, steals a bounty rune, and now looks in towards the Oracle as well. Slark's coming on over. They want to be able to bring this guy down, but they find themselves a much tastier target in the Spectre. But Spectre, well, she can kind of hold her own here. She's got an Oracle right behind her, so not really worried at all about what they can do.
Bombi
Cliffs herself, though. The Spectre has cliffed herself in the backlines. As Bombi gets brought down, Spectre just waiting for that dagger cooldown. There we go. Can come back down now, but the BKB on the Batrider allows him to just grab Cold Ken, bring him all the way back. He can maybe get off a couple of rocks before he goes down, but still will die. Meanwhile, BDG jumps to the backline, trying to get the kill, and can do so onto Yassi. Cheeky little pick off there from the Tiny, just utilizing that Blink Dagger to grab himself the +1 kill and making this fight a little bit better for Execration.
Yeah, RR, he tried to go in for that false promise, and then Yassi went in with the disruption on him, so they couldn't save the Earth Spirit. And that's how he ended up dying. So, like, these teams are really considering the team fights and what they need to do in the fights. Oracle's trying to stay back, Shah Demon trying to stop that Oracle from ulting, and in the end, you know, the Tiny, amongst all this chaos, is the one who's going to benefit, right? Because the Shah Demon needs to run in, disrupt someone, he puts himself out of position, Tiny jumps him, gets the kills off. Like, this game is all about who can kill the saves first.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, as we are 20-20 on the scoreline right now. It's just a slight gold advantage for 496, but that's very negligible. Oh, Radiant Potato takes the grab. Oh, the hook shot misses from Bombi as well.
Slark again.
BDD jumps in onto the Slark here. He does manage to just about get off that Shadow Dance before Ken can get off the silence, but they'll block the leash. Backs himself away. Horn comes out. Spectre's trying to look for it here, and she is going to TP into this one, but there's a lot of heroes on top of her. Dagger comes down again, just swapping around, playing with the different illusions, but now in comes that demonic purge onto her, so she has to play a little bit more cautiously here. BDZ trying to close the cap onto the clockwork here, trying to finish the job. The cogs come down, trapping 2 as we have a disconnect from 3. All of them. They all disconnected.
Internet went out, I guess. Philippines internet, baby. You know what's up. shout out to the Philippines internet. Yay. If you guys don't know, I'm in the Philippines and my internet is absolute trash.
Oh no.
Yep.
Sorry to hear that. Well, we already have one back, so at least it's not like a national outage, and you're here as well, so yeah, definitely not a national outage, but yeah, we'll just get back in one at a time. Let's have a little bit of reflection. I mean, it's looking like a pretty chaotic fight right now. No one is dead, but I think Bombi might be heading that way. All right, guys, you know what? I want you guys at home in the Twitch chat to tell us who you think is going to be the first one to die. Type 1 for Pugna, 2 for Oracle, 3 for Spirit. You get the idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who do you think is going to be the first? I'm expecting a lot of 9s for the Clockwork. Yeah, he's not looking in the best position right now.
He's dead. He's already popped his magic wand. He's got all his spells on cooldown. He's rolled his face on his keyboard. Right? He's rolled his face on his keyboard already. All he's got to do now is just pop that dust for that possible glimmer cave.
Hold up. There's a 4-stuff available on the Necro. Okay, they can save Private Bombi.
There's no way.
Dude, they can save. They can save Bombi.
Maybe they're planning. Actually, maybe they might be planning it because of this pause. No, what I'm wondering is who the Oracle is gonna false promise in this fight. Because everybody is hella low on XA. This Pugna might just instantly die. But the Pugna is also the closest hero for Oracle to ulti here. No reconnect button on Oracle. GG. What the fuck?
Just happened.
What? They
apparently there's no reconnect button on the Oracle. Like, I think he clicked leave game on accident, maybe?
Oh, so it's just over?
I guess it is. I guess they're just calling it. Well, that's the most anticlimactic.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh my god.
That's Dota, I guess.
Oh my, no way. What? This must be the dumbest ending. Like, literally, like, it wasn't even like a 10-minute pause into